Good evening, I'm Drake Gray. I'm here to talk about antibiotic resistance. First, I want to ask, has anyone ever thought about what the world would be like without antibiotics? My grandpa didn't have to. He was born in 1921. He lived all the way to be 96, but that was almost cut short when he was 18 and he got pneumonia. Back then, there were no antibiotics, so they just sent him home, told him to wait it out. It took him a week before his fever broke, and when it was all said and done, they had to throw the mattress out because he sweat through it so bad. I've done a lot of research, reading reputable sources and things of that nature, so I think I understand it well enough to give an introduction on antibiotic resistance and why it's a global issue for everyone and why we need to work together to stop antibiotic resistance. So how did antibiotic resistance come about? Well, some of it is inherent. Some bacteria don't possess the structures that antibiotics will attack in order to render them useless, so they aren't able to be effectively harmed by antibiotics. But there's also the fact that antibiotics introduction causes antibiotic resistance. As you can see here, penicillin was introduced in 1940, and only 9 years later, they found penicillin-resistant bacteria. I believe it was somewhere in the United Kingdom, carbapenem is the last resort for antibiotics. It is effective on most all bacteria, but they're starting to find carbapenemase producing bacteria which are immune to it, especially Escherichia, which is prevalent to us since it is the E in E. coli. It's also accelerated by the misuse of antibiotics. Researchers in India from a medical college estimate that 30% of antibiotic prescriptions aren't necessary. So what are the effects of increased drug resistance? Well, the World Health Organization estimates that in 2019, 1.3 million people died from drug-resistant infections, and the CDC estimates that about 740,000 of those were American lives. And then researchers in 2017 extrapolated from that by 2050, antibiotic-resistant infections will outpace things such as cancer, diabetes, and other things as the leading cause of death globally, resulting in 10 million deaths worldwide in 2050. Sorry, I skipped something. In 2015, disease experts released an article called "The Negative Impact of Antibiotic-Resistant Pathogens." 40 to 50% of post-surgical infections are caused by antibiotic-resistant pathogens, and 25% of infections contracted after or during chemotherapy are caused by antibiotic-resistant bacteria. And in the case of people that get some certain kinds of stem cell transplants, 40% of them will be infected with a multi-drug resistant bacteria, and 65% of those people that get infected will succumb to it. So how do we fix it? One of the things that researchers are doing is looking into alternative treatments. Just in February of this year, Daniel Kahn, or Kane, I couldn't find a proper pronunciation, who's a chemistry and chemical biology professor at Harvard, announced the development of a compound that is effective on those bacteria that are resistant to carbapenem, which is the final try to kill everything drug. So that would be a huge stepping stone, as that would be the first drug that we've made of that type in 50 years. Also, tactful use of antibiotics. Experts in 2023 from the Fudan University and their Institute of Antibiotics released a paper on antibiotic resistant rates in China. They saw that antibiotic resistant rates over the course of 5 years from 2018 to 2023 had stayed level or actually decreased due to putting in place new and better regulations so as to keep resistance to a minimum. And those numbers are from an entire board that they set up to monitor the ongoings of that in 2005. And also modifying existing antibiotics to be more effective. So the biggest thing is antibiotic resistance is due to our actions, unfortunately. You know, your mom always tells you, you make a mess, you clean it up. Unfortunately, that's what we gotta do. Just sitting back and hoping that it'll go away on its own is not in our best interest. And we can do things every day to try to take steps towards reducing the threat of antibiotic resistance. Thank you for your time.